Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel Geomatics Engineering, and in today's lecture we are going to talk about the overview of geospatial data analysis tools. So as we are following the syllabus, we have already covered the 6th unit of this introduction to geoinformatics, and in today's lecture we are going to cover unit 7, overview of geospatial data analysis. So what will be the expected learning outcomes from this lecture? So we will describe the various COT softwares, we will compare the various COT softwares, and also discuss about the some indigenous softwares. So what is COTS? So COTS stands for commercial off the shelf software. So basically it means the commercial software for which we need to pay to the developer company of that software. So this term, that commercial off the shelf, sometimes known as COTS, and it refers to the hardware or software that is easily accessible for purchase by the general public. So general public can purchase it. Like for example, Microsoft Office is a COT software. It is a package software solution for businesses and it is a COTS product. So what are the advantages of COTS? So there we have a predictable license cost. The development time is shorter for COTS software. These are broad and immediate available softwares. These are comprehensive functionality and potentially frequent upgrades. The company who developed any COTS software are stable. They do the investment in research and development field, and also we will have a customer support infrastructure in COTS software. So today's lecture is overall focused on COTS software. In next lecture we will talk about the open source software that are used in GIS. So here are the list of some COTS software in GIS. So ArcGIS, AirDAS, Imagine, NV, MATLAB, Geomatica, Geomedia. These are some COTS softwares in the field of GIS. So first we will talk about ArcMap Desktop. So ArcMap Desktop is a part of ArcGIS family of geospatial processing software. It is developed by ESRI, that stands for Environmental System Research Institute. And ArcMap basically serves the basic applications of creating, editing, analyzing and visualizing geographic data. And the current version that is ongoing in ArcMap software is ArcGIS 10.8.1, and ArcGIS Desktop is going to be retired soon, and currently we are in its mature phase of retiring. So in mature phase you will get a technical support, you can create any case, phone and chat, and you will get online support resources, but it will retire ArcGIS Desktop in March 2026, and there you will get only the online support resources. So ArcGIS Desktop is retiring soon because it is upgraded into ArcGIS Pro. So ArcGIS Pro is advanced version of ArcGIS Desktop. So Desktop is going to be fully migrated on ArcGIS Pro. There are some more products in ESRI like ArcGIS Online, ArcGIS Pro and ArcGIS Enterprises. So ESRI is nowadays focused on its cloud storage so that it can meet current scenario of businesses and provide them the software features according to their business needs. So if we talk about the ArcGIS component, so its basic function is geospatial processing. So main application in ArcGIS suite is geospatial processing. It allows us for browsing, editing, analysis and visualization of data. And ArcGIS Desktop license is divided into 3 tiers: ArcEditor, ArcView and ArcInfo. So if you upgrade the tiers, it will provide you the advanced functionality and access. ArcGIS Desktop file format saves into .mxd format. There are 2 types of map view in ArcGIS Desktop, the data view and layout view. So data view is basically for interaction and analysis, and layout view is for creating map, printing and exporting it. You can visualize the geographic data set represented as layers within the data frame, so that is known as map layers. And ArcGIS Desktop interface includes the table of content, Arc catalog, Arc toolbox, Python console. So here is an imagery of ArcGIS ArcMap Desktop software. So you can see the table of content toolbar, various toolbars in the top, and at the bottom there are 2 map views, data and layout view, and in the right hand side there is a catalog window, Arc toolbox window, and also here is a Python window, also known as ArcPy. Within the table of content layers we get so many options, like there are map layers. We can turn on and off map layers by clicking on this small dialog box. We can expand and hide the map layer just by clicking on this plus symbol, and if there is a thematic vector layer, so it is visible in the data frame that it is a vector layer, and you can also change the visualization just by clicking on this polygon and change its color and other properties. And you can also visualize a thematic raster layer that will also visible in this data frame in this table of content, and all of these vector and raster layer are visualized here in the data view, and you can also create maps from them just by going into the layout. Switching between data and layout view allows us to create map and interacting with the data set. Then here is one more image that shows the various elements of Arc Catalog and Arc Toolbox. So within the Arc Catalog there is a home folder choosing icon so that you can go to the home location, and an Arc Toolbox shows us the drop down of available tools. So tools are divided into category based on their application. So just by clicking on this plus symbol you can expand the toolbars, and within the catalog there is a home folder changing icon, so you can connect to any other folder to your local drive just by clicking on this icon. And in catalog you can browse current projects and files in a simplified tree view format. So in most of the toolbars in ArcMap desktop you will get these expansion plus symbol icon, so you can get a tree like view of each of the folder or tools or layers. So these are the basic overview of ArcMap desktop software. Now we'll talk about the ADAS Imagine software. So ADAS Imagine is a powerful geoinformatics application developed by ADAS. It is primarily designed for processing geospatial raster data, but it is also used for various geospatial applications. The current ongoing version of ADAS Imagine is ADAS Imagine 2023 version 16. So the basic functionality of ADAS Imagine, it is used for geoinformatics application for processing geospatial raster data. Capabilities of ADAS are enables production, display and enhancement of digital image for use as maps in GIS or CAD softwares. It is integrated with different kind of remote sensing, photogrammetry, lidar analysis, vector analysis and radar processing into a single platform. You will get all these application features like it can work on spatial modeling, high performance terrain preparation. It can support various image formats, change detection and algorithm from ADAS AR mapper are there. So ADAS Imagine also have three tier of product: Imagine Essential, Advantage and Professional. So basically these are three types of licensing. So in Essential you will get mapping and visualization application for basic lidar and image processing. In Advantage there are enhanced functionality for accurate mapping and advanced processing. And in Imagine Professional, most advanced tools for GIS including point cloud classification, multispectral image classification and spatial modeling are there in Professional. There are also some expansion pack in ADAS Imagine like Imagine Ortho Radar, Imagine Stereo SARDEM, Imagine Auto Sync, Imagine Delta Q, Imagine Virtual GIS, Stereo Analyst for Imagine. So these expansion pack you can get according to your project need or application where you want to work. So here is an image of the interface of ADAS Imagine. Here you will get the table of content, various raster toolbars, and also there are vector toolbars is also there, terrain related different toolboxes there. So from the above menu bar you will get so many options like raster, vector, terrain, other toolboxes. Help toolbar is also there to easily search the tools. So this is the basic interface of ADAS Imagine. And here is a list of functionalities that we can perform in ADAS Imagine software, but it depends that which tier of ADAS Imagine we are using. So in Professional tier we have almost all the functionalities available, and but there is limitation in Essential and Advantage software. So you can overview this list of functionalities and according to your need you can purchase the license. Then we have another COT software, ENVI. So ENVI stands for Environmental for Visualizing Images, and it is a powerful geospatial image processing and analysis software developed by ITT Visual Information Solution. So ENVI is basically used for hyperspectral image processing, and the latest ENVI version is 5.5. And here is the basic interface of ENVI software. So here you will get data viewing window, main menu bar, band displaying window. Here is a separate band displaying window just because it processes hyperspectral images. So there are so many bands. So you will get a separate window to visualize the bands. Then there is also cursor location display, and you will also get spectral profile display. So here is a table which tells about what kind of data access we have in NV, what kind of image visualization we can do there, what kind of image correction we can do there, and also the data transformation. So data access in NV is like various image formats including LiDAR, point cloud data. We can download remote sensing data from portals available there in NV software. We have remote connections so that we can connect to external services like OGC, WMS, WCS, Jaguar, ArcGIS Geodatabase and image services within the software. And regarding image visualization, we can view individual image bands. We can display various band combination. So we can animate across image bands. That is useful for hyperspectral data. And we can generate colored representation of them for studying 3D terrain. Image correction we can apply like quick atmospheric correction and flash within the NV software. So under the QAC we remove atmospheric effect and adjust images for surface reflectance, and under the flash we correct atmospheric effect for hyperspectral images. And the data transformation that we can perform in NV software is PCA, principal component analysis, minimal noise fraction, build layer stack, create band stack, quick mosaic, seamless mosaic, pixel based mosaicing and radiometric calibration. So these kind of data transformation we can perform in NV software. We can also do image analysis like target detection wizard, spectral unmixing, anomaly detection workflow, image change workflow, thematic change, classification workflow, spectral indices. We can do these kind of analysis within the NV software. There are also mathematical operations like band math, band ratio, scatter plot tools, statistics, and for batch processing we have NV modeler. So we can create custom workflow and execute tools in batch mode. Then we have another COD software, MATLAB. So MATLAB is a programming platform that is designed specifically for engineers and scientists to analyze and design systems and products that transform our world. So the heart of MATLAB is the MATLAB language. So MATLAB language is basically a matrix based language that allows the most natural expression of computational mathematics. So MATLAB is used to analyze data, develop algorithm and create models and applications. MATLAB can handle different kind of vector and raster data. It can support data types like georeferenced images, elevation model, GIS features and graded data sets. We can visualize the 2D and 3D kind of geospatial data within the MATLAB. Different kind of data processing tool within the MATLAB are cutting, interpolation, resampling and coordinate transformation. We can also do the terrain analysis within the MATLAB, and there is also a geodetic calculation facility within the MATLAB, so it can perform geodetic calculation considering Earth's curvature using reference spheroid classes. Like for example, includes distance, direction and area calculation on a curved surface and conversion between various coordinate systems. Different mathematical operations it can also perform. It can also process the batch for any process, but there are limitation. You have to create workflow and you may require additional toolboxes to run the batch process. So the target users of MATLAB are programmers, geospatial analysts that are comfortable with the coding environment. And strength of the MATLAB is it is powerful complex geospatial workflow that integrates with other MATLAB functionality. Then we have another COD software, Geomatica. So it is about 550 algorithm and fundamental raster and vector operation that are included within the Geomatica platform. So it can be used alone or combined into custom application specific workflow, and it uses the open source Python API. So the development environment may be accessed at no additional cost, which makes it perfect for integrating with both open source and commercial Python enabled product like QGIS and libraries like NumPy and SciPy. It can get integrated with them. So R language, maybe you integrate a statistical analysis that utilizes the software Python's API. So some of the main features of PCI Geomatica is it has state of the art tools for geometric correction and image classification. It can do cartographic map production. It can do radar analysis and hyperspectral analysis. There is Rolta Chip Manager, Rolta ESI, Rolta FLY and Rolta Modeler, and also Rolta Ortho Engine. It can do the data visualization and editing. It can perform various raster spatial analysis and can support for both Indian and international remote sensing sensors. Then we have a GeoMedia software. GeoMedia integrates the tabular and spatial data for efficient map creation and data extraction. So there are also three product tier within the GeoMedia: Essential, Advantage and Professional. So Essential tier offers dynamic analysis and high fidelity display of geographic data. Advantage tier adds the data collection, editing and complex raster analysis capabilities. And the professional tier extends to enterprise wide data administration, advanced cartography and spatial modeling for comprehensive data management and analysis. So this is the basic workflow of GeoMedia that depends on its different tiers. Then we have some indigenous softwares and tools. First indigenous software and tool is in the list is Gram++. So this software includes the support to digital vector data. So this digital vector data format that is used by Survey of India, which will improve its usability in Indian settings. So the Department of Science and Technology, Government of India and the UNDP assisted initiative on GIS based technology for local level development planning supported its development. So this is the interface of Gram software and it is developed by Center of Studies in Resource Engineering, IIT Bombay. So it is used for data preparation, vector GIS, raster GIS and as a visualizer. Then we have another indigenous software in the list, IGIS. So with integrated GIS and image processing capabilities and powerful analysis extension on a single platform, IGIS seeks to reinvent the GIS sector because it is an OGC compatible platform so that it can work together in a diverse environment. Its uniform user interface and ribbon-based navigation makes it simple to use and modify. It is a desktop GIS so that it is 64-bit compatible with Unicode and has an easy-to-use interface that allows users to examine data in numerous tabs that utilizes the multiple document interface. So this is the interface of the IGIS software. It is developed by SGL company. So some of the IGIS features are like it can offer advanced data conversion, analysis and visualization. Tools like Attribute Query Builder, Overlay Analysis and Geoprocessing are there. It can also do the digital image processing task and their visualization. It has flexible development with IDE, SDK and API libraries. And it is also capable to the photogrammetry tasks, like it can handle stereo imagery. Fully automated workflow is there that can follow all the stereo processing steps. The software is user friendly, like GUI based software it is. It has also the DEM and DTM processing tools like mosaicing and advanced analysis is there. This was about IGIS software. Now we have a summary of this lecture, that what we talked in this lecture. So we have talked about the different geospatial analysis tools, like different softwares in the COTS, like they are commercial softwares. General public can purchase that and use that. So some available COTS are ArcGIS, IDAS, NV, MATLAB, Geomatica and GeoMedia. And we also have talked about two indigenous software, the Gram++ and IGIS. So Gram++ is created by IIT Bombay and IGIS is created by SGL company. So this was all about this lecture. In next lecture we will talk about the different open source software that are available for GIS. I hope you have learned from this lecture. If you are having any query, please let me know in the comment section. Thank you very much.